Pittsburgh. What do we think about the Pittsburgh Steelers? What are the chances of the Pittsburgh Steelers doing the unthinkable? Because there's a lot of speculating going on the state of the Steelers. Can Aaron Rodgers do something special to finish off a Hall of Fame career? From his words, this is going to be his last season. What do y'all think? Will this be Aaron Rodgers' last season? Will he get that bug when the offseason is here? Get that itch that he can do it one more time? We'll see, man. From his words, like I said. But, Aaron Rodgers, he really needs DK Metcalf to step up. He needs him to step up and take most of the pressure off of Aaron Rodgers. I would like to see the offense use DK Metcalf in the slot more often. Let him work the middle of the field, like I talked about with Marvin Harrison Jr. Plus, that will help Metcalf avoid press coverage. He doesn't like press coverage. He's a big body, and he's easy to get them. It's easy to get those hands on him, and he doesn't have that sudden quickness. So, putting him in the slot will definitely help him avoid press coverage. Aaron Rodgers needs those receivers with that quickness on the outside so that he can execute those quick passes and those quick fade routes he loves to throw. That's Aaron Rodgers' go-to bread and butter, those quick passes, quick slant, and a quick fade route. And DK Metcalf can't quite deliver for him when it comes to the aspect of the quick game and what Aaron Rodgers like to do. I mean, he can make a play here and there, but it's too tough for those two to execute when Aaron Rodgers is used to executing these plays, these quick plays, like it's like nothing, like riding a bicycle, But a player with the last name Samuel got the coaches impressed with his playmaking ability during training camp. ASJ, baby, my son, Asante Samuel Jr. That's right. And that was a strong possibility, man. Asante Samuel Jr. wouldn't be able to play football anymore after being diagnosed with a serious neck injury. By the grace of God, there was a doctor who was confident to perform the surgery and give him a chance to continue his football career. And then the Steelers signed him with the last 4 games of the season because they were confident in the doctor that performed the surgery on ASJ. So he's with the Steelers. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And now he's back with the Steelers for a second season on a 1-year deal, ready to prove his worth. Yeah, he's ready to prove his worth. And since he stepped on the field for the Steelers, man, he has been making plays left and right. The head coach, Mike McCarthy, has high praise for the kid, for my son, you know what I mean? I kind of feel like I'm getting the high praise myself. I'm a little jealous, man. I never had the head coach come out and glaze all over me like he doing my son. So, shout out to Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy give high praises to Asante Samuel Jr., one of my favorite players. Those are some strong words. Wish it was the defensive coordinator, though, but let's continue. Head coach Mike McCarthy said he thinks there's a role for Samuel in the Steelers' defense. I know personally. I'm counting on him. He's frankly been one of my favorite players since I've arrived here, Mike McCarthy said. The truth is, though, the real defense, well, this is not Mike McCarthy right here. And he goes on, the article continues, it says, the truth is, though, the real defensive takeaway from these first 4 days and 3 full practices belongs to cornerback Asante Samuel Jr. He has been the biggest star on the Steelers camp in Latrobe. Clip after clip has shown Samuel breaking up passes, making plays on the football, and breaking off his own coverage to find a different zone and come up with a play. He has been phenomenal for the Steelers, absolutely making the most of his opportunities. Shout out to ASJ, holding it down. It's in the bloodline, baby. What can I say? And, I've always been a fan of the Steelers defensive system. I think it's the perfect defense for my son to make plays in. Asante's best attribute as a cornerback is his instincts, just like his pops. Our instincts tell us where the football needs to be thrown, right? It tells us where the quarterback needs to throw the football. And our instincts also tell us how to put ourselves in position to attack the football. Me and my son, Asante Samuel Jr., we had a long talk, not a lot of talks. We had a long talk this summer, right before he went to camp. And it was real good. We had a real long, prosperous talk. As you know, there's a lot going on when you're a junior and you're trying to live up to expectations, or people always talking to you about your father and you know, trying to make comparisons and things like that. So, you know, he was trying to find his way, and hey, we had a long talk, and he's good. And I could tell my son is maturing, and he's super focused, ready to prove his worth, like I said. And I'm excited to see what he can do I'm excited to see what he can do in the Steelers defensive scheme. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Nice break on the ball. Nice break on the ball. Have you fun out there, brother? Boom. Down here at the bottom left corner. Nice play on the ball. Yes, sir. Now let's have a little film study. All right, let's go back to the first play. Right here, right? It goes a little wide. He's down here in the left corner. He has good leverage on the ball. Aaron Rodgers is looking away from my son, and then at the last minute, he comes back to my son's receiver. Boom, makes the play. Good play. Now let's go to the next play. All right, it looks like cover 3 right here. Well, we did talk about it. It's cover 3. Boom. So in cover 3, everything disappears. Now you go hunt for work. Comes off his man, go play, makes a play on the football. Cover 3. So understand, if everything disappear, you go hunt for work. Check them out at the bottom. Everything disappear. Don't bite the cheese. Don't bite the cheese. Boom. Great play. Great play. Great play, baby. Great play. You know, AJ, he was responsible for the deep thirds on that last play. He made a great play, man. I told him in the game, you got to sell out. We got to have those. That needs to be an interception. Right now, they don't have pads on, so ain't no sense of selling out. You know what I mean? Made a great play. And I'm going to bring him on the show. He's going to appear on the show this season sometime, you know, during the year, you know, maybe before the first game, and we're going to have some fun. So y'all get ready. Y'all make sure y'all support Deuce, the Steelers. So I got to root for the Steelers now. I'm a Steelers fan. So shout out to Junior, man, out there making plays. I'm ready to see what he can do, you know. And like he said, he told me, he said, I'm trying to make the best of every opportunity I get. You know, Joey Porter Jr. having a contract dispute, so he's been out. And then whenever Joey Porter is down, Asante Samuel Jr. is right there to step up. He's right in the mix, man. He's right in the mix. So salute to the kid, doing what he loves, football. Continue to play that football, man. So